In this video, we're going to be talking about the pink cloud and why it's important for recovery. Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another episode here at Sobriety University. On this channel, we talk about addiction and recovery related topics. And in this video, we're gonna be talking about the pink cloud and in specific, why it's important for recovery. So before we begin, like, subscribe, comment, really appreciate it. It helps out the channel. Feel free to comment down below if you know what the pink cloud is and how it's affected you in your recovery journey. So first question might be, what is the pink cloud? Valid question. And the pink cloud is, I guess, a phenomena that occurs after one gets sober, and it can happen kind of at random times. There's not really a set time where the pink cloud starts to hit in. Personally, sometimes it started after a year and a half. Other times it's happened after the first month, first couple months even. And it just depends on the person, the situation. So again, you might be asking, what is the pink cloud? Well, when one is in an addiction, and comment down below if you've experienced this, life can be pretty crappy. It can be really dark, a lot of depression, a lot of anxiety, a lot of wondering, is this the best life's gotten? Like, what's happened? I used to be full of life and hope and dreams, and now I just feel like shit every day. And I can't stop using this freaking substance, so it's not pleasant. And essentially what the pink cloud is then, is after one has been in recovery for a little bit, or has had some time away from the substance, it's the first time where one starts to feel good again. Like, wow, like I'm waking up and I'm feeling happy again for once. Like, I haven't felt this in freaking years. Like, I'm talking to people, I'm having friends again. Like, I don't feel so much anxiety and tension and fear. Like, I feel free basically. And it's an amazing feeling because, well, one, it's the reason one got into recovery in the first place. I know that was a personal experience. I wanted to feel all those good feelings again. And because it's like, wow, I don't have to suffer with this burden of addiction. Like, holy crap, like, I'm freaking free. And again, it can happen at random times because it just depends on how long one has been in the addiction. So for example, with marijuana personally, it took about a year and a quarter to start feeling good again, because I was just like, I've been smoking 24/7 all day, every day. I had no chemicals in the brain left to even feel joy. So that's another thing with the pink cloud. Why one might feel so good is because the chemicals in the brain start to balance out again. And so it's just naturally, it's just like, it's possible to feel happy again. And so with weed, that one took about a year and a quarter to start feeling really good. With caffeine, it took a couple months. Sugar, it took about 6 months. And I think the ones that took a lot quicker were because I knew that what the pink cloud was at that time, so I was kind of prepared for it. So that leads into the second part, is why is it important to know for recovery? What I've noticed is that sometimes when that pink cloud hits, people think, and I thought this at the beginning too, that, oh, this is gonna last forever. This is just how life is now. Life is always gonna be this good. Like, holy shit, I feel high basically, but this time on life. I might as well just ride this till I die. Let's go. And like any cloud, the cloud passes. Sometimes, again, when will it pass? It all depends on the situation and stuff, and maybe how much trauma one experienced in the past. So after the cloud passes, all the issues, all the weeds, all the kind of trauma and stuff that was hiding under the surface starts to poke its head out. It was almost like it was in hibernation. Like, if you ever seen one of those alien movies where the alien's been frozen in ice for like 400 years and then the ice starts to melt and it comes up and wreaks havoc. That's kind of exactly what is happening with all these issues here. Transformers, they did that as well. Hey, so continuing on, I lost some footage in that last shoot, so here at another place. So again, what tends to happen then is that all those issues that were frozen in ice come up and have to be dealt with. And this can be a painful experience, especially when thinking that, like, hey, I finally made it. I don't have to deal with any of this anymore. I went through the pain of getting clean. Like, I've done enough. And I know I felt that again personally, like, I felt a little jaded for a little bit. Like, man, why do I have to deal with all this? I thought this was in the past. And this is really when I found it was important to kind of double down on the self-care. So exercising, eating right, working out a lot, meditation, and reaching out to support people. just to make sure that I wasn't tempted to relapse, because that's really the big thing that the pink cloud can lead to. And I've seen it a lot before in different programs and stuff. Like, I'll see people that come in and they're obviously miserable, and then they have a few months, maybe even up to a year, and then all of a sudden they're just on cloud nine. And it's really awesome because before they were maybe really quiet or shy, or just kind of, they'd always come in and they'd just be kind of like depressed, and which makes sense because they're, again, dopamine's rebalancing, they're saying goodbye to this behavior that used to kind of control their life. And then all of a sudden they're like a new person. Their personality starts to shine through. They're talking to everyone, and it's like nice, and deep down though, you're kind of like, oh, like this is very short term, and you don't obviously say anything because it's like you don't want to burst their bubble. What will happen though is after a little while, they'll come in and they won't be as cheery. They won't be as bubbly. And that's when I'm like, okay, crap. The pink cloud's starting to wear off. They're gonna have to deal with some shit now. Now the recovery really begins. And what I've seen people happen before is that once that cloud wears away, they go out and relapse because they're like, wow, I felt so high. Of course, as many of you know, that people that have addiction love the high. That's why we obviously did substances in the first place. So the high of life can be kind of addicting as well. And maybe that's why I quit so many addictions, because I like the high of the pink cloud. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, when that high is gone, they're gonna want to replace it instead of do the work. So that's why I feel like it's really important to understand this concept, so that when the good feelings start to fade, it's not such like a, whew, what's happening? It's like, okay, I've been prepared for this, I'm ready to take action, and I'm ready to address this stuff so that they don't control my life anymore. And ideally, transcend them for good so I can never have to experience some of this stuff again. That's what I found with recovery, and that's why I keep coming back, is because once these issues are addressed, they go away pretty much for good. I mean, sometimes they'll pop back up again. Ideally though, they don't really control my life anymore, and that's just like a huge blessing. So again, when the pink cloud starts to fade, that's when I think it's really important to start diving into meditation, more spirituality, reading, support, exercise, really honing on the diet, make sure I'm eating clean, getting lots of sleep. And all those things are going to make the transition from the pink cloud to reality and to the work a lot less painful, and again, reduce the risk of the relapse. So with that, guys, we're going to end the video for today. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to comment down below again what your experience with the pink cloud has been, and if you've even heard about it before. Likes, subscriptions are always appreciated, and talk to you guys in the next one.